Studio 5 HT.
And Garrick,
Okay.
and then once it can ramp to a certain point, it can just death cloud,
And
locking up
ahead.
players out of the game, but you stay with the board.
Okay.
So that's usually what it does. Like it'll keep the land that's been enchanted with the Utopia Sprawls, and since he's running Kitchen Finks,
He just pulls that
he
blink, gain some
exactly.
life, and start smashing in. But it looks like it's a slow start here. We're gonna see Ravager come in and Steel Overseer come in.
Podcast I was watching.
Try it again. So we may be having some technical difficulties. We do apologize in advance.
There is sound.
There is sound. You can hear us?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Okay, so we're good. We are live now. We have everything fine. If anyone can come into the chat, if you're here, that's great. I appreciate it. And we are going to see, so we can see Kitchen Finks come in, swing in for the 2.
This looks like a pretty slow start out of the Affinity deck.
It is, but this is also, it's not as slow as you'd think. A little slow, but we do see a Damnation.
Yeah, there goes some of the robots.
Oh, this is actually, I've actually never seen this matchup, to be honest.
No, I actually do not know what's.
I've seen Death Cloud. I've heard of Death Cloud. I'm newer to Modern than I am to anything else.
I've always wanted to build Death Cloud, but I've never had like the mana base for it. Now that I do, I want to play this. I know that Andrew has a unique list because Death Cloud doesn't hit every permanent. So as you can see in his list, he's playing certain Planeswalkers. And Planeswalkers are really good in a Death Cloud match, not only because they don't get hit by the cloud, but also because, I believe they don't, but also because they give you board presence after the cloud.
Okay.
You know, so usually after a cloud, there's not much of a board or a hand.
Sure. It does make it a little harder here when we see Lilian on the Last Hope coming out. She has a strong card. The issue Affinity's having is creatures and artifacts are the same thing. Losing that many of both plus lands, even though Affinity only needs minimal lands to work, it's not helpful. We're going to see a second Cranial Plating. Equip the Cranial Plating. We're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. And that will be enough to pop Lily down unless his opponent uses Abrupt Decay, which is a 3 of in his list.
I'm looking here in Brandon's list to see if he has the blue draw spell.
Thought Scour.
No, not Thought Scour. Thought Scour is the one drop that you know yourself. It's Thoughtcast. It's got Affinity.
Yes.
Usually that's a good way for them to re-grip after a board wipe.
Usually in his list, he's not running it.
He's not running it, but he can also stabilize with that cranial plating by adding some extra pressure. But we see Andrew responding with snapping a fetch.
I believe we're going to see something along the lines of either Abrupt Decay, or if he has it, I'm looking. He does not. I'm looking for Fatal Push.
He doesn't have Fatal Push.
There's no Fatal Push in this list.
That is interesting. Well, like I said, Death Cloud and Damnations.
He doesn't need as many main board problems. He got the 1 of Damnation. There's 3 Abrupt Decays. He's going to Murderous Cut. Which also works out fairly well when you're blowing everything up.
Yep. And the Murderous Cut works pretty well with the Death Cloud.
And we're going to see Lily come back with a plus, bring Kitchen Finks back to his hand.
Yeah.
And it's going to start the cycle all over again, which is a great effect.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
And we are going to see a Thoughtseize take the Galvanic Blast. Plus, it's 2 cards top of deck.
I believe so.
Oh, he just plus. He didn't minus. He couldn't.
Oh, okay.
He could not minus.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you're absolutely right.
We're going to see an Eternal Witness getting back Murderous Cut. Leaving the mana open, 1, 2, 3, 4, just a little shy of it. I believe Murderous Cut is 5 mana.
Yeah. No, I think it's 6, 5 for the generic. Let's look it up. I could be wrong. It could be 4 on the generic. Either way, that Eternal Witness was very well timed.
That's true. It is 4. So yes.
Okay, so it is 5 mana. It is 5.
5 mana total. It is and we have a Slaughter Pact.
Killing a
Blink Moth.
Blink Moth. Wow.
Now the issue is, an issue is there is still an Ink Moth Nexus, but with Murderous Cut and all that in the yard, he should be fine just to start swinging in. This seems like a harder match for the Affinity player than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean the Affinity player has to come out of the gate swinging to be favored in this match. Who I didn't notice who was on the play.
I believe Brandon was on the play.
Wow, usually Affinity
He had 4 to 5 permanents on the field. That's a good start in any deck, in my opinion.
Yeah, that Damnation was very timely.
Damnation was great.
Yeah.
Double Cranial Opening is great if you could stop your creature from dying.
Yeah.
A lot of newer lists.
Is that a third plating?
There's a third plating. That is not okay.
Interesting note. If I'm correct, Erupticate does not hit the Ink Moth?
Erupticate does hit Ink Moth.
It does?
Yes, it is CMC 3 or less.
No, but it's a non-land permanent.
Oh, correct. Okay, so that was my bad.
So if I'm right, if that's his removal...
Well, he has Murderous Cut. He brought it back to
Yeah, he does have the cut. But I'm saying if...
we're going to swing with Treetop Village and Eternal Witness. That's a 3/3 ape?
Yeah,
I believe.
with trample. You activate it for 2 and you make a 3/3 ape with trample.
One of the few mana. So we are going to see...
Interesting note that he did not play the black-green man. The 2/3 Death Touch one.
True, I think he's going in for the more aggressive route.
Yeah, a lot of decks have been using Treetop Villages.
And we'll see the 5 come back in. It looks like his opponent just has Murderous Cut, and that's all he can really do. What are we seeing come in here? Tokens?
The zombie tokens up.
Oh, okay. He ulted Liliana in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's just too much for them to fight through.
Yeah, so the new Liliana, she can ultimate in a few turns, and that ultimate just keeps giving you zombies every turn.
It's the number of zombies plus 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's a very, very strong ultimate and hard to come back from.
That's correct. Now, if we're looking in sideboards, over on Death Shadow, Creeping Corrosion, gonna come in. 100% gonna come in. Nature's Claim, gonna come in. Probably a second Damnation and maybe a Scavenging Ooze. I could see a Scavenging Ooze coming in just for the fact of, I'm gonna board wipe you. I'm gonna gain 10, make a 12/12.
On Brandon's side,
Phoner Mage is not a bad one either.
on Brandon's side in this sideboard, I noticed he's got Thoughtseize, which seems to be really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Moon does not seem great, but it makes it harder for Andrew to cast his Death Cloud.
Yes and no.
Since it's triple black, but Andrew's also playing a good number of basics.
He's a 2-color deck.
Yeah,
so 2-color decks you don't have
it's not gonna.
you don't have as many problems as the 3 colors would have via basics.
I do like the Either Sworn Canonist though. Simply because Andrew has certain 1-drops that he might want to play numerous times in a turn.
Okay.
And since he's playing like Murderous Cut, that could also be something. But there's not a whole lot of things that Brandon can bring in for this matchup.
Right, which is this is one of those fringe decks that's going to come to a big event that no one's really practiced against. One of the reasons being it's a very hard deck to play. I've seen a lot of people lose to their own Death Cloud.
Yep.
I've only seen 4 matches in total, and I've never played against it, which I'm pretty sure my deck, Goblins, would lose.
I've played
Horribly.
against it on yeah. Well, goblins can come out swinging.
We gotta go fast.
Yeah, you guys
we
gotta be
go
very fast.
real fast.
You guys gotta have like the good curve. On paper magic, I've been playing a lot of like tax decks.
Mhm.
So we have a good matchup against decks that need mana
Okay.
because of our denial.
Right.
But I have faced Death Cloud in the past, and it's definitely one of those like decks that your opponent doesn't really have fun playing it. Like a land destruction deck.
Well, I mean, and that's kind of what they're doing. They're trying to lock them out of the game.
But you're trying to lock people out of the game.
Everyone has
it's
their own
what-
little kits.
Oh, I love locking people out of games, but this is one of those decks that is not only are you locking opponents out, but you can lock yourself out.
Correct.
And that's what makes the deck very, very difficult. Death Cloud. I've noticed most cards with the name Death in it are usually very, very, very toxic to yourself.
Smidge, just a smidge, yeah.
Just a smidge. But I mean, flavor country, right?
Mhm.
So I didn't notice how many cards each player sideboarded in, but I wouldn't doubt that they don't sideboard much against each other.
I'd say it's a very small number. The only thing I can see, like I said, we have one Creep and Corrosion, one Damnation, maybe some Scavenging Ooze, maybe some Fulminator Mage. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say all the Fulminator Mages.
No, because of Dark Steel.
Correct. Scavenging Ooze, because there are board wipes, there are kill spells.
Yep.
Definitely coming in my opinion. Nature's Claim, strong against cranial plating.
Does
And-
he have Golgari Charm in
No,
there?
he has Creep and Corrosion.
That's what it is.
He has Creep and Corrosion over
Creep and
Golgari
Corrosion's
Charm.
Good.
I personally prefer Creep and Corrosion over Golgari Charm. After Dredge sort of died off, Golgari Charm died with it in Modern.
I like Golgari Charm simply because there's a lot of one toughness creatures that are
Right.
still out there.
But if,
Also-
you see the decks that run it,
Yeah.
they run Zealous Persecution.
Exactly. Instead. The only difference is, Charm has modes. I'm a huge fan of
enchantment,
modes.
etc.
Destroy Artifact, I believe, right?
Enchantment. Golgari Charm is Destroy Enchantment.
Could have sworn it was an artifact.
Would you like to pull it up? It's because it's used in Jund decks against Blood Moon. They are heavy in the three colors,
Gotcha.
and they will float the mana to do it. Last one, destroy target enchantment,
That's what it
and
is,
regenerate
yeah.
your field.
Yeah.
Correct.
The regeneration is also relevant. If
That
you
is
can
super
ever reach
relevant,
6
actually.
mana. But Andrew's not running that many creatures. He is running a few.
Now, he's
What?
replacing creatures with walkers. There's 4 Lily of the Veils.
Well, I mean, the sideboard he has the scoozes, right?
He has the Scoozes and the Fulminator Mages,
Yeah,
which are
but-
not cheap.
Yeah.
Primal Command in the main board. That is a card I love to see.
I love Primal Command, especially when with Shadow,
yeah.
making them gain 7 life and then shuffle their yard to
Anything.
debuff their Goyf.
Well, you could gain the 7 life.
But you can, it's not target player, right? It is
Target
Target
player,
player.
absolutely.
Yeah, but you can make the Shadow player gain 7.
That's actually,
So
I've
you
never
can
thought of
kill
that.
their-
That's
you
true.
can kill their Shadow, and you shuffle their graveyard into their deck, so they can debuff the
Now, that
Goyf.
is against the Jund version, let alone the Grixis version.
Yes, but there is some, I believe today, being played.
There is Grixis out there.
There's a 4C,
Is
I
there?
believe, out there.
Okay.
I think I saw
So,
like a stomping card.
Let's get back to it. We are seeing the Affinity turn 1. We got Mox Opal, Darksteel Citadel, Vault Scourge, and Double Ornithopter.
So your usual turn 1.
This is what you want to see. Next turn, we would like to see him go off to maybe, let's go Springleaf Drum into Cranial Plating Swing.
That seems good.
Now we are going to see
Was that
Inquisition.
a Inquisition? Okay.
Inquisition to take Etch Champion.
Ooh, good call.
So Etch Champion is gone.
That's one of
Right.
those very, very hard cards to deal with in green black.
Correct.
Outside of Death Cloud.
Correct. And if he had his Creep and Corrosion, it wouldn't matter too terribly. That's destroy
No.
all, right? All
Mhm.
artifacts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to see Utopia Sprawl. That's a good start. Putting a die on it?
Yeah, he's playing a die because you want to call the color.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then, so I don't know if
I'd
Andrew's
assume
using
black.
color coordinated colors, like colored die, but if I'm right, he's calling black.
That would make sense, yes. So we're going to see the Springleaf Drum, swing for 1, pass turn, has the basic island. We are going to see the card I didn't actually see here, Knight of Soul's Betrayal.
So that's the -1/-1.
All creatures have -1,
enchantment.
-1. It's
Yeah.
a 4-drop. It's actually
Really, really good against the Affinity deck.
Knight of Souls Betrayal. What's the legacy version? The 3-drop creature type.
Oh,
Like,
it's using EDH.
Engineer Plague.
Yeah.
So this is the modern version. All creatures get -1/-1. It's simple as that. It's a legendary enchantment. Those Ornithopters are now beyond 0/1s.
Does Andrew run Goyf?
He does not run Goyf.
Okay, because I was gonna say that Goyf works great with a legendary enchantment.
It would help him out with that. Legendary is not a subtype.
It's not.
No.
Oh, okay.
The biggest Goyf you can get is 8/9, which I mean for 2 mana, I would pay for an 8/9
I hear that's pretty good stats.
sometimes. So we will have Arcbound Ravager come out. He's paying 2 mana for it, 2 different colors, or no, he just ATB sack
comes in,
dies. Okay.
becomes 0/1.
He's gonna murderous cut that. Okay. So this looks very bad for the
Yeah,
Affinity
it
player.
looks like Andrew's turned the corner very quickly against Affinity.
He turned it harder than I thought he would.
That Knight of the Souls Betrayal was just...
Correct. That's actually a card I overlooked. He has 2 in the sideboard, probably
Wow.
for just this matchup, actually.
Yeah.
So you green, black, green, Kitchen Finks.
And the extra damnation that we put in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good against tribal decks too. Elves die to it, goblins die to it, merfolk have a very hard time if they lose 1 lord after they have a second one out. A lot of their field is just gone.
Yeah, it kills the Curse Catchers and the Silver Gills.
In Legacy, it kills True Name. They wish they had that in
Oh
Modern.
yeah, it does kill the True Name.
They wish they had it in Modern.
I don't think Modern should have True Name Nemesis.
Why not?
I think, that's a good question. And in fact, anyone in chat or any of the viewers, if you think it should or it shouldn't be banned, please let us know which camp you're on. I personally, I don't know how good it'd be. Maybe it won't be good.
Well, the issue is
But-
there's a lot of board wipes in the
There
format.
is.
It's a kill spell format, which, I mean,
There's
slows
a
down.
lot of one for one removal.
Like we just looked up Golgari Charm, etc. Here we're going to see him really pull the corner ahead. Kitchen Finks is only a 2/1 now, I believe. Or 1/1? 2/1? 2/1.
2-1, yeah, it's a 2-1.
But Scavenging is coming in, eating, just going to start pulling ahead. This looks like where the Affinity player might just be having a miserable time.
Yeah,
Eat again, get bigger.
it's gonna look really rough for Brandon
Pull
to turn
3
the corner,
ahead, swing for, oh boy,
but
9.
I don't know what Brandon can draw right now to help him win this game.
I don't think anything. I think this might.
But this
Be the
seems,
edge of
I
it.
mean, like he can get like an edge champion.
So he's gonna. He does have Fragmentize on the board. We
Okay.
also skipped over.
I just
um,
didn't think he was gonna bring it in.
I didn't think he'd bring in Fragmentize either. This seems like maybe for Blood Moon, but I couldn't. Think
I
of something
wouldn't.
Like
I
that.
didn't see a red source. Fragmentize is a 1-drop instant, I believe, that destroys a 3-drop artifact or
I
enchantment.
believe it's a sorcery 4-drop. Sorcery 4-drop.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yes, Fragmentize is the. There is a green version you're thinking of that is instant.
Oh, that's
Yes.
Yeah. The green one's the other one. Yeah,
I would
right.
think they would bring in
I wouldn't. I
against
didn't
Blood
even.
Moon, but
Um,
they run the
oh,
four.
you know what? I think he
Galvanic
saw.
Blast.
Well, he probably did see the Utopia spells.
So he thought, hey, bring these in.
Yeah.
Probably
I
Utopia,
mean,
and
he's only
that's it.
playing it as a one-off, which I don't see why it's bad.
It's not. Oh, they touched the camera. But that is it for this round. If you'd want to go out there and see if anyone's about to start game 2,
Yeah, I'll ask.
see if they're willing to move over to camera for us. If they are too focused, we obviously understand.
Yep.
And we'll see what format we can get over next for you guys. Just for a quick little breakdown, that was Affinity against Death Cloud. We did not get to see Death Cloud very much, which is a shame. And we will move on momentarily from this. Bye.